It is here, and I cannot wait to show you our pre-K yearbook. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, this has been a labor of love for a year now, and I am beyond happy, elated, so excited that it's finally here. So in a nutshell, this is our pre-K school year in a yearbook form. So the backstory for this is I have a really good friend, and we were talking about, like, she's just amazing. She is the woman that I want to be when I grow up. That's what I tell her all the time. And she has all these amazing ideas, and she's just so thoughtful in the things that she does. And one of the things when she homeschooled was she did a yearbook of the things that she did with her son, and then now sons, and just to kind of catalog their year and to help them remember all that they did. And I love that idea. And at first it totally overwhelmed me to think about, because I love scrapbooks and I love that kind of thing. But when I start a project and it's like a big one or like a long time or even just small weekend trips, or anyway, I have a Disney World scrapbook leering at me over in a bag that is just like, it's been 30 years. Yeah, actually, no, it might be 4. It's been a long time, and it's still in a bag that I haven't touched. Don't even mention the boys' baby books. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, it's just overwhelming to me. And so what she told me was she would work on it 1 month at a time, and doing so kind of freed her from that type of a thing. And I was like, awesome. And so I tried it, and at first it was hard for me because I am a big picture person. I like to know, like, how's this all going to look in the end, and then I can like plug in stuff. So that comes out of formatting, that comes to like the font I'm going to use. Like, y'all, I know that I'm over the top. That comes with that kind of stuff. But despite all that, it is here, and I am in love with it. There are a few things that I will work on next time to make it better. But at the end of the day, it is not like, this might be a good reminder for you too, but it's not about perfection. It's about the memories that we have in here. So just quickly, I'll kind of give you a sampling of what's inside, and then kind of talk through at the end how I did it, which is seemingly simple, but it takes time. So this is I ended up doing a 8.5 by 11 because it reminded me of like my yearbooks that I had growing up and then in college and stuff. So my envisioning is that these will just all kind of go up on a bookshelf one day, which makes me so happy. But anyway, so this is their pre-K year, and the back and the side just says the year, and then the back has our homeschool like scripture that's like what we want our boys to leave with. And then so this is basically what I did. There you go, there's page 1. But the way that I decided to do it was I started the book off with kind of like, you know how you see like parents like write down like what's their favorite food, what do they want to be when they grow up, and they post them on like socials and stuff. So that's essentially what I did here. And just to keep kind of track of the things that they enjoy, and then just all the pictures we took out in front. And then it simply just started I started writing stuff down by month. So like the first month we were in Michigan last year, so this is August, all things that we did, and like so just pictures of things that we got to experience while we were there. And then let's see, then we had September, and then we had a big project from our nature that was watching butterflies. So form their chrysalides, and then coming out, and then we also got to release them. So that was just something that was fun. Okay. Oh, and then it was their birthday party. So like literally it was like August, September, the Chrysalides, and then their birthday party. And then their soccer team, which I'm trying to kind of pick which pages to show you. If it's just our family, then I don't mind showing y'all. Okay, and then we go into, after that, it's October. And so it was October, and then we have our pictures of the things that we did in October, which October is when their birthday is, so that's also exciting. That's why it was their birthday page first and then October. Which the way I did it was like, if something exciting happened that month, I did that page first, and then I did the monthly summary. If that makes sense. So we did November. Okay, and then we had, so now we're going into December, right? And so we had our co-op Christmas party, so I have pictures from that. And then December, I think actually ended up getting, December got 2 spreads because we had so much stuff that happened in December. And like we went to Great Wolf Lodge, and we went to the Polar Express thing. So in hindsight, I probably could have had a spread on those 2 things and then did a December spread, but it was all just Christmas stuff, so I didn't really worry about it. And then we've had January here, and then Pokemon is a big deal in our house, and it was Johto Tour, and so the Pokemon Day got its own spread as well. Just important things, you guys. If your kids really are into like gymnastics or, I mean, Minecraft, whatever is your thing, don't be afraid to include it in your yearbook. Then we had our Valentine co-op party, and then we go to February, March, and then we went to the carnival and rodeo, so that's next. And then we had April, and then we had T-ball, so that is a really fun T-ball spread. And then May, and then we had an end of the year school party, and so we end of the school year party. So I have pictures from that. And then we went to the CAF festival, so that's next, which that's that festival in Abilene where we decided to use those books to do our reading this year. And then we went out of town for the weekend, me and the boys with Aunt Amanda. And then June, our Hobbit book club that we do with our family. And then July, and then it just abruptly ends. So, yeah, I'm so excited about this, you guys. The boys haven't seen these yet, so if I think about it, I will try to film their, the way that they, I guess, experience them for the first time, the reaction, if you will, and I'll try to include it in this video. You don't know what it is?
No, it's in the mail.
Okay, I'll go over just a minute. Okay. There's something that I want to show you guys. Move this a little bit. There we go. Ready? Let me sit down next to you. Let me sit right here. Ta-da! It's your yearbook from last year. This is all of your school year last year. Want to look through it with me? It says pre-K year. Oh, there's Liam. There's Connor. And it says these are your favorite things. Liam's favorite color was blue. Favorite food was peanut butter and jelly and mac and cheese. Favorite book was Frog and Toad. Favorite show was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Favorite movie was Zarude. His favorite thing to do was make his bed.
Why do I love to make my bed?
And it says, when I grow up, I want to carry the children and work. I'm really good at dancing cool. And then Connor says, favorite color is dark green. Favorite food is chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Book is the Pokemon Handbook. Show is the Magic School Bus. Movie is Zarude. And favorite thing to do is have fun and play with Liam.
What's my show? What's my favorite show?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh.
And then Connor, when he grows up, wants to work on his truck. He's really good at making his bed.
my bed. Why are we both say a bed?
So this was August when we went to Grandpa's house in Michigan. That's that milkweed you were showing us. And this is September when we were heading back home. And this is when we went to the Fort Concho and saw everything with our co-op. And that's when we went to our cousin's house and they showed us all their birds. And then remember when we hatched butterflies and released them? And this was your birthday party.
Was that our 5th?
Yes, your 5th birthday.
And that's my favorite cake.
What's your favorite cake ever?
It's like Mewtwo and Pikachu on a battlefield cake.
Yeah, Amanda did a good job on that one. And then here's your soccer. And then here's October.
I want to make those.
Oh, we're going to do those soon.
Do we still have those shirts?
I don't think so. I think you've outgrown them. But there's your fish. When Nana got you your fish for your birthday. Remember?
How come mine got a bigger tank?
Well, remember we changed. We got a different tank because that one was a little too small. And then this is November. And then our Christmas party we had it here at the house with all of our friends from co-op. It was the Grinch, yep. And then here's December.
I remember when we did that.
Went to Great Wolf
I
Lodge.
remember when we did it.
And we were talking to Santa. Liam told him he wanted snow for Christmas. Yep.
Mama, we had to sit in the chair. What are those?
Those are those Yetis you guys got. Then we went to go see the Polar Express at the movies with our friends. There's Christmas. Okay, and then January. Remember we tried the honey? Yep, those were for you
What
today.
was honey?
Right here. We got honey and y'all tried it and you liked it.
We still have more.
And then Pokemon Day.
Well, do we have more honey?
No, we ran out of honey. We need to get some more.
That's when we have a thing.
Yep.
Nope.
No.
What is
Raccoon.
happening?
No, that's his tail behind him. And then our Valentine's party we had at Miss Stephanie's house. Okay, we can talk about it in a minute. Can you drop my arm? You're hurting my arm. There you go.
I want to do that again.
The Valentine's party.
It's
fun. And there's February. We went to the planetarium and it snowed. We went to Six Flags.
It's not the kind of snow that makes snowmen.
No, it wasn't the right kind of snow. And there's March. And the carnival and rodeo.
That's cool.
It's a ride to you guys rode. Yeah, it was you riding the rides. Okay, get off my arm,
I
please.
like that one.
It hurt my arm. Oh, yeah, that was so fun when you guys went down with Peyton.
Like, well, we had to stay on. I love when we were riding the dragon go super fast. It's my favorite.
And then here's April.
What?
We celebrate Easter since you get your Easter eggs.
Do we still have those PJs?
I think so. I think they're just put away right now where it's hot. Well, it's hot outside. Then we went to Ellie's birthday party. Remember that? We painted our coup. Oh, and then T-ball. And then May.
We were doing our state too.
Yeah.
When was it?
So we went to the pickle party. You guys played in the water on the slides.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then our end of the year party.
Oh,
Cousins.
Is that when
Because you're always a good friend.
Is that when I got my pop rocks?
Have the best dance moves.
I got.
And they went to the cat festival with Grandma.
I got the best dance move. Why do you think I had this?
Just do. You gotta focus what we're talking about, dude.
Oh, that's when I took a picture with her.
Yep.
Which kind of hat is
Oh, I didn't put that one on there. Then we went to the beach with Aunt Amanda. Saw the dolphins. Yep. Pull my hair, Liam. Oh, sorry, Connor. All right. You guys got to drive the boat. Remember that? We played at the beach.
I did not like that scene.
You didn't. And then June.
Was this one he was at? That's when I was at the AR.
That's when he passed out. We had to go to the ER.
Yeah, that was not fun.
It was not fun. And then our Hobbit book club.
They were so
Yep.
It looks like a string.
You're right here. Daddy's knighting you. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, I do. And then, scratching your face. And then July, our last month of summer. Yep. You put the blanket on Kiana.
She was alone. And we had our slushes.
Yep.
Our snow cones. Oh, that's when we got our Eevee boxes. This day, when I was putting the blanket on her, I didn't keep pulling it off.
And then that's the end. What do y'all think? Did you like that?
Yes.
I have one of these for each of you guys. So there's one for Liam and there's one for Connor.
I
So
didn't
you guys will
know
always
what to
have
do.
one. Well, they're exactly the
another?
same. So I have another one over there. This is going to be your yearbook that we keep and hold on to. So Mommy is going to be starting to create a new yearbook
My
for you
hair
guys.
looks funny.
I know, it was long. So we'll start. Mommy's going to start working on your yearbook for your kindergarten year. And we'll take all of our special memories and put them inside.
Yay!
Is that exciting?
Yeah.
Okay, so now as far as the how to do this business, I would pull you over to my computer, but it is embarrassingly crazy over there. So instead, I will chat with you about it. And honestly, the how to do it is, you don't really need to see anything, but so I guess the first thing you need to think about is, what is it that you want to catalog and to remember from your homeschooling year? And I'm hoping you're doing this at the beginning. This could even, if you're not homeschooling, this could also be just something that you do as a family, like just your family yearbook. But if we ever decide to not homeschool again, I think we would still do this because I really enjoy the way these turned out. But anyway, so decide the things you want to catalog. Do you want to do it based on your school term? Do you want to do it based on the month? Do you want to do it based on events that happen in the month? Like, just kind of think about those things. And even, you don't even have to decide. Like I said, with this one, I was just going with it and making it work as I went. So maybe have a general idea of how you want it to be, and then be willing to be flexible with it and with yourself. So do that. And then the second thing is figure out which, I would say the second thing is to figure out what like site you want to do it through. I chose to do it through Shutterfly, and honestly that is just because I'm familiar with how their software works, and I like, in the past I have liked the books that I've received from them, and I know that they always have codes to be able to get discounts on them. Like, for example, y'all, these books, so they're like 70 something pages, and if you're familiar with Shutterfly, you get 20 pages as part of like the package price, and then every page after that you pay for. Well, on top of that, there's supposed to be a tab in your book where you can edit what you decide to include, like for extras. Like, do you want glossy pictures? Do you want a flat lay? Like, there's a bunch of upgrades you can do. And so one day when I was almost done with this, I was playing with those just to see what the pricing would do. Well, then that button went away and I wasn't able to fix it. And I tried talking with them, and it was an ordeal. And I never heard back. And so I was like, you know what? It's not worth the hassle. I'm just going to go and do it. So I went ahead and had them print. But they were going to be over $100 a book, which is a lot, considering, you know, your high school yearbook was probably like 40, 50 bucks. But anyway, so I held off because same friend would share with me, like, you make sure you use like a discount code. Like, don't print it off right when you're done. Just like wait for a code. And so I did. And Shutterfly had a promo at the end of July on their photo books. And that's when I was like talking to Shutterfly about why I couldn't edit and blah, blah, blah. Well, the timing for that kind of ended, and I just kind of had to step away. And I was like, it's not a big deal. I'll print it whenever I print it. It's done. I just need to print it whenever there's another special. Not even 2 days later, they had an even better special that was, you just pay like for the base book. All the extra pages were free, which was a huge benefit cost-wise for me. And then I also had additional promo code that saved me like $40 more. And at the time, I was working on a book for my mother-in-law from our Hobbit book club, so she can have pictures from everything that we did. And then I asked the kids 3 questions each about their experience with the book club, and I had those put into that book as well. So short story was, I got that book for free with this other coupon that I had too. So these books were, they were originally like over $100 a piece. I think they were like $130 a piece originally. I ended up paying, I think it was like $60 or $65 a piece, which I was more than happy to do. So keep that in mind. Whatever program you decide to use, whichever site you decide to use, think about what you know about their coupons or their promos, because that could be a huge benefit to you when you go to print them, which I did print 2. This is, I just have 1 right here to show you, but I do have 2, 1 for each of them. So something to think about too. Do you want to print off 1 for each child? Do you just want 1 as a family? It's up to you. And then, so yeah, those are like the 2 pragmatic things. And then once you have those figured out, then just start your project. So you can go, well, I went to Pinterest because I'm a very visual thinker. And I just like search yearbook spreads or yearbook spread inspiration, something like that. And I will try to link those below if I can. And just share, like, I just saved some things that were interesting to me. And I would reference those more at the beginning, and then toward the end, I actually just now remember that I had those. So I'm going to go back and look at those for this year. But then literally what I will be doing here in a couple days is I wait till the month is over, and then because you know all my pictures are mostly on my phone, I will plug my phone into my computer, and I will move all those photos onto our external hard drive that we have. Which, if you're not familiar with that, is essentially it's a storing place for files. We use ours mostly for pictures, but it's not our computer. It's totally separate. I actually need to go back and like put them on CDs or something too, just so I have them backed up a second way. But anyway, I move them off my phone, and I go ahead and clean off my phone too, which is the other beautiful thing about this, is that your phone is clean to start fresh for the next month. So I move all those over, and either after I move them over and on my desktop looking at them, or even just on my phone, I kind of pinpoint, like, you know, the major things we did that month, or like what do I want to showcase from this month. And like, so example, for whenever I work on ours later this week, and actually I might even do this today or tomorrow, starting on it. But like, I want to do an overview page again where I ask the boys questions of their likes and what they want to be when they grow up, that kind of thing, and have that spread. So that one I don't need to wait until the end of the month, if that makes sense, because we've already started our school year. And I can just simply ask them questions and type that in. But then for our August one, which I'll probably do that again, is just do the month, and I will open up my Shutterfly, and I will upload pictures, and I will just go ahead and upload all the pictures that I would like to look at incorporating into our scrapbook. And then you honestly can just have Shutterfly just throw them in there, and however you want to, however they want to. What I personally do is I'll look at the pictures, like I said, and kind of like group them, or just try to think of like a logical flow for the pictures. Sometimes it's literally like, okay, I have 16 photos, so I gotta get 16 photos on 2 pages. Let me find some spreads that are like 8 and 8, or 9 and 7 or whatever. Math, it's too early. And I'll just kind of play with those. And then just, you also, side note, with Shutterfly, you even have an advanced editor where you can manipulate how big you want your photos to be, or if you want to change where the text boxes are, or add text boxes. Why is that so hard to say? But anyway, there's an advanced thing that I will toggle sometimes to be able to kind of fine tune things, or if I need to add another picture. You don't have to be that advanced. You literally can just pick one of their layouts, drag it over, and just put your photos in. And then from there, I just look at the photos, and then I try to write a little summary of what we did for that particular set of photos. So, like for example, on the boys t-ball page, I have 2 different groupings of text. One says, "What a fun season. We started the year hitting off the tee and ended with base hits off of coach's pitch," because that's kind of a big deal. And then the second lowest one says, "Liam frequently played third and shortstop while Connor played first base more often than not. Despite all the fun they had, the end of the game, snacks were still their favorite." So just literally just simple little thing that we can, because, well, now that the boys are older, they will be able to look at these and go, "Oh yeah, I remember that." Back in Christmas, school consisted of writing letters to Santa, movie dates with friends, and counting on from 5 with nickels and pennies. Time spent with friends and family was high on our list for the month, so many wonderful memories and moments to cherish. And like October was a busy month for us, as it was our birthday month. After celebrating, we had our first ever term party and shared some of what we have learned this year with our family before eating pizza. And then underneath another picture, the boys were very excited to share their journals. That's from our term party. And then we learned about oak trees with Daddy and even found one in our backyard. Nana bought us our very own fish. We've already been learning a lot about taking care of them. Our co-op visited Pecan Creek Farm and Ranch, where we learned about their animals and how they use corn. We finished the month trick-or-treating with friends on a hayride through their neighborhood. So that's kind of, I mean, just simple, a little write-up of what you did. If you have older kids, you can invite them to do this part. Like, I think this would be really cool as the boys get older for them to kind of take ownership in some of this stuff. Yeah. And then when you're done, just make sure it's saved. And then when you come back at the end of the following month, so when we get to the end of September, I will do the same thing. I'll plug my phone in, I'll take photos off, I will pick out the ones I want to use, and I will just start where I left off last time. That's the beauty of it, is that Shutterfly, which is who we use, it saves it, so I can just be ready, jump in and go. It's like for September, we have a trip that I'll probably put a little page in. I will be making a separate book for that trip too, because it's kind of a big one. I'll share more later. But then I'll have probably a spread for that, just for continuity purposes, and then we'll have a September one. So it'll be like so. As of right now, how I'm picturing this year's book is we'll have our spread of their likes and what they want to be when they grow up. That kind of thing will be first, and then we will have August, and then we will have our trip, and then we will have September. But if something else comes up, like we were supposed to do bat houses for nature study, and we didn't end up doing that, so we could have done a spread on bat houses, but since we're choosing to pass that on for right now, we're not going to do that. But like if you had a project you're working on, or like say you're reading The Little House on the Prairies and you go like on a you go on a trip, like for example, there is a camping thing you can do up, I think it's in South Dakota. You can stay in a little covered wagon, and it's all based on the Little House on the Prairies. Like if that's what you did, like you could do a page on that. Or if you're like really big into doing like things with your nature curriculum or your science curriculum, like maybe you're doing experiments or stuff, you could do a page on all of that. I mean, literally the sky's the limit. That's why I really like about Shutterfly, using it as a platform, because even if I like make a spread and I realize, oh, I really should do one on you know, something else, but I need to put it beforehand, I can easily just move the pages around. And it's awesome. And you come out with this amazing book that I'm so excited to share with them. I think they are going to just love it so much. Hopefully, as much as I do. But yeah, I don't want to be too wordy about this. So hopefully this was helpful. And maybe it gives you some ideas of things that you want to incorporate into a scrapbook for your family, or a yearbook. You call it a scrapbook. Yearbook for your family. In the comments, let me know, what are some things that you'd want to include in your yearbook, or maybe what are some things that from your yearbook as children when you were a child, like what are some of the favorite things that you had in your yearbook, so that you looked back on. Wow, English is hard this morning. One thing I do want to do with these is I do want to, me and my husband especially, to write little notes to them from the year. Just something sweet to have for them to have in there. And I might open that up to other people too. We'll just kind of see how that works logistically. But anyway, like I said, hope this was a blessing to you and that you're encouraged in creating your own yearbook with your family. I will see y'all next time. Be blessed.